Hi, welcome to the Worldviews and Ethics course. For non-MEEK students, I'm Bob Cull. For MEEK students, I'm still Bob Cull, although I'm not sure what that means since I, like everyone else, am always changing. Only my name stays the same. I guess I should tell you a bit about myself since I believe you have the right to know. I earned my PhD from UBC in Interdisciplinary Studies when I was in my 50s. For my first-person lived experience research into the physical, emotional, cognitive, and spiritual effects of deep wilderness solitude, I went to live alone for a year on a small remote island off the coast of southern Chile. I wrote my dissertation as a narrative based on my daily wilderness journal. When I signed up for the PhD program at UBC, I had two bottom lines with my supervisory committee. One, I'd get to live alone for a year in the wilderness. And two, I'd have the right to bring all of myself into the research and writing, not just my intellect. So I invite you to bring all aspects of who you are into this course. If you're excited and joyful, that's great. If you're feeling confused and grumpy and that the course sucks, that's okay too. Whatever you're feeling is welcome. I'll do the same since it's only fair that I do what I invite you to do. This can be a little risky for me since I have a twisted sense of humor. I also swear at times, although I'm trying to quit, since the academic world tends to frown on spicy language. I still spend a month alone in the wilderness each year, and the photographs on the website are from my various camping trips. I hope you enjoy them. My intention in the course is to invite you to explore deeply and challenge you and support you in your explorations. If at any time you feel I've stepped over the line or have disrespected you, please let me know via email or Zoom. I'll appreciate it since I, like all of us, still have plenty to learn about living and interpersonal relationships. This course isn't linear. Everything we talk about in worldviews and ethics is woven together. Ethics arise from worldviews, and worldviews inform ethics. The boundaries between the different units are porous because of this. Many of the assigned resources could fit into various weeks, so I've tried to balance your workload. There are two main texts, and they're very different from each other. I suspect you'll love Dwellings by Linda Hogan, an Indigenous writer. The Green Halo by Kohak is excellent and challenging. He writes from the perspective of whatever he's writing about, and so he can seem to contradict himself at times. He can also seem somewhat wordy, but what he has to say is valuable, so please give him a chance. Three main threads weave through the course: self-reflection, reading and watching the resources, team discussions. Self-reflection includes two aspects. Part of it is thinking deeply about your own perceptions and beliefs, and about the resources and conversations you've had with your teammates. The other important aspect is to quiet the mind and allow insights to bubble up. Please be sure to watch the podcast self-reflection instruction. We'll begin each of the weekly conference calls with sitting quietly together for 15 minutes to create a platform for our conversations, and then we'll share another 6 or 7 minute guided meditation. In addition to this shared activity, an ongoing course assignment is for you to sit on your own for at least 15 minutes each day for 5 days a week. I hope you find the exercise valuable. With luck, the course will trigger many great questions for you. Unfortunately, I don't have any sure answers. I'm still exploring these questions for myself. I do, though, have many strong opinions about things, but I often don't agree with myself. So we'll explore and co-create the course together. The more of yourself you put into it, the more meaningful it will be. I invite you to jump in and participate as fully as you can with your team each week. My approach to teaching the course is not to share my expertise, but to open windows of possibility and encourage deep reflection and questioning. For all of us to become more aware of our own founded certainties and our blind spots. The process can be uncomfortable. It's still uncomfortable for me at times, even after many years of this kind of exploration. So please be kind and patient with yourself, with each other, and with me. Challenge yourself to step into the unknown and the mysterious aspects of our existence. Perhaps together we'll shift the way we see and think about the world and our place in it. If what we do in the course doesn't seem to be working for you, please let me know. There are two somewhat different notions of what worldviews are. The usual definition is that they are conceptual constructs that shape our perceptions, thoughts, and beliefs, such as Western modernism, Christianity, Eastern spirituality, and First Nations traditional thinking. This is a valid definition. Another definition is that our worldview is everything we experience exactly as we experience it, including our perceptions, thoughts, beliefs, and feelings. On top of this direct experience is the conceptual definition. From this perspective, none of us have an identical worldview with anyone else. We're all individuals. Each week, I'll share a 2-hour conference call based on Zoom with your team. The link is on the website, and your meeting will take place the same time and the same day of each week. Before the first day of your call, please read the conference call's instructions on the website's Essential Course Information section. Thank you. I've heard from some previous course participants that they weren't looking forward with happy anticipation to a 2-hour conference call each week. But soon the calls became their favorite part of the course. They are a chance to be openly honest with each other and to explore fascinating topics. Note that your team's official week is defined by the day of your conference call. Your week begins 3 days before the call and ends, when assignments are due, at midnight on the third day after the call. So forget about our culture's standard calendar for the course. If your conference calls are on Wednesdays, your week begins on Sundays and your assignments are due on Saturdays at midnight. So you should begin to check out the resources on Sunday. If your calls are on Fridays, your week begins on Tuesdays and your assignments are due on Mondays at midnight. This might seem a bit confusing at first, but I hope it will make sense to you as we go along. We'll talk about it again in the first conference call. I've set things up this way to give you time to do the readings and check out the other resources before the Moodle and begin your Moodle-based discussions before the conference calls, and to give you time to continue your discussions and complete the assignments after the call. The resources are a mix of required and additional optional. They're also a mix of readings, audio podcasts, and video recordings. Very few of them are academic, since you will have the challenge of reading the Green Halo each week, and it is academic. Don't freak out when you see how many assigned resources there are. Most of them are short. They are all intended to offer you a chance to consider different worldviews and ethical perspectives. I hope you find them interesting and accessible. I've also listed many additional resources because they've twigged my interest. I don't expect you to read them, But if you find some titles that are intriguing and you have the time, enjoy. Otherwise, you could copy them onto your own personal reading list for the future. In the conference calls, we'll discuss some of the required readings in the order they're listed. You should discuss the rest in your Moodle forum discussions. Be sure to read the Moodle forum participation guidelines in the Essential Course Information section so you'll know how it works, especially if you haven't used the Moodle forums before. The final individual assignment in the course might be the most important. It gives you a chance to reflect back and really make the course material your own. I rarely use instructor news and updates forum, preferring instead to send you information directly via email. I invite you to contact me via email if you have questions for me. Each year, I update the website, so if you find glitches, please tell me immediately, and I or computer services will fix them. Your feedback during and after the course is vital to make the course as meaningful and as smoothly organized as possible. Your feedback is also a gift to future course participants because I change the course each year based on your feedback. Please be sure to carefully read all of the essential information and the course outline. Doing so will hopefully answer your questions. If not, feel free to contact me directly. In another short video, I'll go over the Moodle site navigation in case this course is set up a bit differently from other online courses you've taken. I'm not thrilled with the way Moodle is set up, but I have no choice about that. It's just the way it is, so we all learn to live with it. Again, welcome to the course. I look forward to sharing it with you, and I hope you enjoy it and find it interesting.